Good morning, Mike D. Let's see. Save all that. Okay, cool. All right. So let's see what we got today. Looking over here on the scans today, I see EYPT up 263%, HA up 181%, ATHE up 172%, SSNT up almost 100, and then everything else is pretty much below 30%. So I think the top four that I'll be watching are those 100% gainers to see what they want to do throughout the day. Let's go ahead and get into some of this catalyst. I've already added these four. I may add any over here just to see why it's up 30%. And look, the Wolf is cheaper, BITF cheaper. Really like to see them getting over that $2 level. All right, let's just look into these. Jump over here to the main. The first one we got, let me pull up our menu here. Personal current watch. Okay. First one we got is EYPT. EYPT. Let's go ahead and pop that open. So iPoint Pharmaceutical stock soars 362% after company announces positive data from trial of wet AMD treatment. Okay. So they got some positive data out there for their drug. Let's look back a little bit, and then we'll jump over to their charts. Okay, any other news this year that might have got them going? Okay, let's jump over to their charts. Jumping over to the monthly first, it looks like it closed yesterday at 668. This thing is now at 24 something, so this is a major jump out of this range here. It had been playing in this range between $3 and 15, right around $15. Looks like it just kept playing in there, and now it's up to 24. The high of today though got up to 34. So let me mark this. What do I want to do? Oh, 34 horizontal resistance is what I want to put up there. We'll just call it 34. Okay, and I'll put this, turn this to red. Could be some possible resistance for a return to that level. We can see that it has fallen from this level once before. Back in 20, what is this? 2018, it fell from this level before, right around that 34, and even back here we can see 34 is here, falling from that level. So definitely a obvious resistance up there around 34. Today it got to 34.75, so I would think 34.75 is where we can start looking for shorts to kind of get active if it gets back up there. Let's go ahead and see what kind of supports that it has down here. If it goes down to 16, that's too far. Came out of this range. Maybe it'll hold this little head and shoulders here. So it had a shoulder here, 24, came up to 34, came back down to 24. Maybe this head and shoulders here could be a support. Probably a line in the sand for the day, so I'm going to make that. Is this the color I was looking for? No, I want a darker blue. I want a darker blue. Make that a line in the sand there. So I'm looking at this head and shoulders pattern, wondering if it can hold right around the 25s and then try to get back up there. Next one we can go over to is ATHE. ATHE. Now this one, monthly chart has been selling off, selling off, selling off. Hasn't even been in any kind of consolidation. We can see that it gives back profits a whole lot. Oh, another thing, let me show y'all something. So I actually created a Excel document where I can actually have a grading system and have a stop loss. Um, it's a stop loss calculator basically. So if I were to trade something like ATHE, right? I put my, of course, each one. This is just the template, but I can save this to any ticker that I want to, and like let's see, ATHE will be the ticker. Put my starting account value. Put the expected. If I was expecting to buy, let's say $3 at $3. Put in three. Say $3. So if I'm buying at $3, what is the max share size that I can get? 2,000 something shares. Expected risk. How much risk do I want to put on this? Well, per trade, what I've been risking is 300 bucks. 300 bucks. And so it would give me, hey, this is the minimum share size that you would need to actually lose 300. So if I go under 100 shares, I'll never lose $300, even if it goes to zero. Is what this calculation is for. Custom share size I can always enter. Let's say if I didn't want to do 2,000, the max share size or the minimum, I want to just go like 200 or 300 shares. It would also calculate that and a stop loss risk. So this is the size to build into max size. So let's say if I want to take multiple entries on this to get up to a max share size of 2,000, that would be 116 per entry. Because I'm looking to take multiple entries. Usually I've noticed with most of my winners, I'm not just going in once and then that being it. I'm entering and then I'm getting some better prices, then I'm getting some better prices, and then looking for that release up. But for the custom size, this is the custom that I just entered 300 shares. I can enter 15 share lots, 15 a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. And but these calculations are based on my metrics and my statistics. The next thing is the max size entry stop loss. So if I were to take this 2,000 whatever shares, I would need to put my stop loss pretty much around this 287. If I were to take this custom stop loss, I could let this thing ride all the way down a whole dollar to this risk. So it's basically based on this risk factor of the $300. But yeah, over here I have my ranges and the variables that really are the potent variables in the strategy. One, does it have an obvious catalyst? Is it something that's kind of masquerading? It's kind of hard to see, or is it super obvious? Another one, obvious support. Obvious trend. Is it in an uptrend? Is it in a definite downtrend? What is the obvious trend, right? Relative volume, gotta get that 2x relative volume. Relative standard deviation, really looking for 2 deviations out as well. For the variable ranges, I got 0 to 2. 0 is like not at all. 1 is kinda, it's iffy, and 2 is definite yes. So I just add those up and I can enter any kind of number I want here. So I want to enter, hey, yes, it has an obvious catalyst. Yes, it has obvious support, or maybe the support isn't so obvious. Maybe it has a obvious trend though. Maybe it has it's okay relative volume. And yeah, it's given the relative standard deviation. So that's 870. So that's everything almost, right? And so here the scores per percentage. If it's 100%, I'm all in full size. If it's 60 to 99%, I'm half size automatically. So that's kind of how I'm doing the risk thing. If it's under 60, I don't even want to trade. But yeah, that's this document that I was working on and all that stuff. So it's pretty dope. But I'm continuing to kind of improve on this. See if I can put any more mathematics into this. But I could do this per ticker. So like, let's say if I take a trade on a ticker and I catalog it, hey, this is what this ticker did, and I have a catalog that I can look back on. Hey, did this thing give me what I wanted back in history? And so in the future, I'd be like, okay, it gave me what I wanted. Maybe it can do it again, and just build a catalog on each specific ticker. Of course, though, these will be saved in, I can always save these in my trade journal as well. as a document so I can actually save them with that thing as like a note. But yeah, pretty. I was thinking about that. I was like, man, I need something that can quickly give me a stop loss, a risk that I can enter a risk in. Let's say if I really wanted to go big and I was like, yo, I'm going to risk, I don't know, 600 bucks. I really believe in this. It can easily do that and just recalculate everything. So I can just come over here, put in 600 for the risk, and it recalculates. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back over here to the charts and let me read some of these. We got Mike D. Today is Bitcoin day. Yeah, Bitcoin. I saw a gap up, I think on Mara and was it Riot? Was it Riot? I think it was Riot. But yeah, ATHE is another therapeutics company that is up 189%. They're working on Parkinson's disease, which is pretty relevant. We hear about Parkinson's a lot. I saw an article on that over the weekend. Traders turn risk adverse. This was the Alaska Air to acquire Hawaiian Holdings for 1.9 billion. So, hey, Hawaii's coming back up. Looks like people are investing in them as they're in their recovery period. I'm already invested in Hawaii, and I'm going to continue to grab some investments in Hawaii. But we'll see how that plays out. Of course, I'm only looking for things that pay dividends in Hawaii. If they pay dividends, I'm in there. They don't, nah, I'll leave them. SSNT is another one, 114% up. What is your news? Brad Jacobs to lead equity investment of 1 billion in Silver Sun Technologies. Why 1 billion? What in the world are they trying to do? Jacobs private. Okay, so it's $1 billion investment into this company, SSNT. I don't really know. Oh, this is a Bitcoin. It terminates merger with Bitcoin miners, so it's something to do with Bitcoin or crypto or something. If we look over here, let's actually look back over here at these charts. SSNT, we can see that it is one of those give back tickers. Gives back a lot. Went from $3 all the way up here to 14. So if you're a scalper, it's looking like today's your day. Get your fingers ready because looking like we got a lot of stuff that's crypto based that will give back. Looking back here on EYPT, it did come down right here to this $25 that we had marked earlier, to this head and shoulder pattern that we put this blue line on. It's looking like it's coming down there. I don't know if it's going to be able to hold, but definitely looking good on that level on the 15-minute. We'll see what happens if it dives below that or what on Monday morning. What was the other one? We already looked at ATHE. Looks like it's death. I don't really like that chart setup. Maybe that's for somebody, but not for me. HA, looked at that chart setup, monthly chart. It closed at $4 and jumped all the way up here to like 13. Right up here to this area here. That's 11. 1255. We'll see where it opens. Will it open up in this range? Now, it did have a previous level here where there was some buying pressure here at 1225-ish. It's coming back into that level. So that may be a zone of interest, but I'm not really sure. Let me look at, this was the Hawaiian thing. So may need some time. I don't know. That one may need some time. Let's look at SSNT again. Oh, that was the give back one. Any going back down. Why did I put any up here? That was super cheap. I don't care about any. It's only $1 something. All right. And yeah, so this one that I traded last week, BMEA, ended up continuing to go up. That thing's holding pretty good up there, almost to the 17s, but I took my profit. I'm out of that thing, so it's whatever. I'll find another opportunity and capitalize on that. I want to test out my new document though. I want to be documenting each one of these and having a set and expected stop loss on each one that I can remember. Because sometimes, you know, I have a million lines on there. I was like, which one of these was the stop loss? You know? So I'm just going to be all about the documentation, gathering these statistics. BMEA, I'm done looking at that one. SWTX was one that I was looking at. It was playing this range last week. We kind of saw it. I did set an alert out here. If it comes under 24, like right around the bottom of this range, maybe I'll be interested. But definitely, it had tumor news. It was like tumor drug whatever, and I was looking. Hey, can it break out of this? But I want to be in low. Because right now I feel like I'm playing the behind game. If it breaks out, I'm like, you know, even if I'm in, I just feel like I bought high. I want to get the best position down here, maybe around the 24s, but I'm gonna let that play out. I got my alert in there, so I really don't have to watch that one too hard. So for today, I'm gonna keep an eye on, wow, EYPT just coming right on down to that level, man. Right, hugging this level right here. Has this bottom of this previous candle at 2303. We have about a couple minutes to the bell, 10 minutes, a little bit more than 10 minutes. And I think we've narrowed down the list of really some of the things that will be looked at before market open. And we'll see how dumb money reacts. So EYPT, ATHE, HA, SSNT, and I'm thinking this is gonna be a scalp day for real, because most of these throw wicks up, and you can probably catch some momentum here and then be ready to sell very quickly, take your profits and get on down. Only thing is we have 400% movers, so you have to kind of identify, okay, which one is going to be the one. Because it is very easy today. And I guess we could do this based on their overall chart patterns. Right now, EYPT has the best kind of like ranging chart pattern. And then we have ATHE, which this chart is, I don't know. It could be something for a scalper, very quick scalper. HA, this one's just kind of sitting around this previous level. Don't know what it wants to do, but it's pretty close to a previous support level. Then SSNT, again, this one, these cheaper ones, man, they just look kind of wacky, but we'll see what they want to do in the open. Looking on the 15-minute chart with SSNT, hit a high of 1395 and jumped back down here to 888, which it is finding some resistance there. Has a low, well, these are intraday, so I don't really trust intraday. Let me remove these. I kind of like to do the higher time frames instead of this. That feels like a guessing game. Let's see, on the monthly chart, it was at 367, and it is now up here at 813. It's been up here multiple times and always gives up the ghost here. So we back up a little. Oh, if we back up a little bit, we can see there was one, gave up the ghost there, gave up the ghost there, gave up the ghost there. Very frequent giving up the ghost. So I would say if you're going to trade that one, be quick. And don't be in that thing talking about, oh, I think it could go higher. No, you better take your little 5, 10 cents and run. Be glad, be appreciative when you see a chart like this and you're able to come out profitable on it. All right, jumping back over. Let me go to see what Hawaiian. I'm gonna look into the. I didn't check the. What is this? I didn't check the. Nasdaq. Okay, so let's check these out. Their profiles. EYPT. High Point Therapeutics, biotechnology, healthcare out of the United States. Um, they are developing and commercializing therapeutics to help improve the lives of patients with serious eye disorders. EYPT 1901, an investigational sustained delivery intravitreal anti-VEGF treatment, which is in the phase 2 clinical trials. So they got something in phase 2, but they are all about the eyes. Let's jump over to HA. Actually, before we do that, let's check this float. Float of 18.41 million on this one. Very, very low float for, especially for this price, being up to $24. Somebody believes in them. ATHE. This is Alterity Therapeutics Limited with a float of, ooh, that's a big float. What in the world? For $4, this thing has a float of 2.03 billion. Okay, so that is trash. I wouldn't advise that one. That one, wow, 2.03 billion. Let me get that off my list, bro. Get off. Get off. Yeah, clean that up. All right, so now we got 3 to look at. Let's look at HA, which is Hawaiian Holdings. Am I tripping? Am I bringing it up? Maybe. Let me go to market watch and see if it pulls it up over here. HA. Yep, Hawaiian Holdings here. What's your float? Float of 49.46 million. And you know what? Let me cross check before I just totally write ATHE off. Let me cross check it and make sure that some other place says it's got $1 billion in the float. ATHE. I don't want to be just out here dogging out a company that doesn't deserve it, right? Float 4.45 million. Why is it such a discrepancy? One says 2.03 billion. Or am I tripping? Did I look at the wrong thing? No, that's the float. Okay, I don't know. Let's go over here and see what FinViz has to say. One says 4 something million. Yeah, 4.45 million. Okay, I guess I jumped to conclusions there. Glad I cross-checked it. Let's go look at any shelf registrations on it. ATHE. Shelf registration from 1002. So 2 months ago, they put in a shelf registration there on that one. Okay, I guess I'll add it back. We can watch it. I saw that float. I got disgusted. All right, back over to HA. I don't know why HA isn't pulling up on Yahoo. Okay, statistics. And what's this float? This float is 50.38 million. And then the last, or actually, let's go to profile first. It says it's a holdings company, so I'm wondering what all is in its holdings other than what it is. Through its subsidiary, Hawaiian Airlines, Inc., engages in the scheduled air transportation of passengers and cargo. Okay. It has roots pretty much all over. Texas, Japan. Okay, as of December 2022, its fleet consisted of 19 Boeing 717-200s aircraft for the neighbor island routes. Okay, so they got Boeing. I'm guessing they got some kind of backing from Boeing as well. Let's go to SSNT, was the last one that I think we gotta see. Silver Sun Technologies, of course, they got $1 billion investment. I really don't know the exact details, but I do know it's $1 billion. That's more than most of these investment companies do. So we'll see how that reacts. Silver Sun Technologies operates as a business application technology and consulting company in the United States. The company provides solutions for accounting and business management, financial reporting, enterprise resource planning, human capital management, warehouse management systems. Okay. Let's see. Any big names in here though? Data backup. Okay. The company was formerly known as Trade Resources Inc. and changed its name to Silver Sun Technologies in June 2011. Silver Sun Technologies was founded in 1988, so they've been around for a while. They pay a dividend? No, no, this thing's $3. I'm good. Even if they did pay a dividend, I don't like dividends that cheap. Okay. So we pretty much kind of narrowed down a grouping of four. Now, EYPT is coming right down to this line into the open. We'll see. And this was kind of like a zone off of the monthly chart that looked like a head and shoulders that is falling back into. Look over here. This blue line was pretty much the line in the sand that I was like, yeah, that thing needs to hold this previous head and shoulders here. Shoulder there at 2391 hit. And it's kind of got a head and shoulders inside of that too. It's like a shoulder here, head here, shoulder here. So it's like a wider head and shoulders and then like a shorter head and shoulders in here. So two head and shoulders patterns. So I don't know if that thing's going to be able to hold up against that. We got about 3 minutes to the bell. We're going to keep our eyes on these four. I'll see if anything else pops up. But for right now, on the scans, everything else is below $1 or below 20%. Just really not moving like we kind of like to see. I think I'm going to start off. Which one do I want to start watching? SSNT is pretty. Um, hmm. HA popping back up there. I don't know. I don't know which one to watch. ATHE looking trash. Oh man. Okay, so this one broke down this little low here, 2317. Man, it's so much to see. And if this thing gets back under 16 today, it's dead. That's crazy. I just put 16 out here. I didn't think it was gonna reach that, but I was thinking it was gonna hold over 23s and go back for the 25s, but now it's looking like it wants to break down to 22s. We got a minute and something left. Monday is gonna be something serious. Good morning, GD as well. Come on. 2 minutes left. Now we categorize these by volume. We got some cheaper ones down here, but they just don't have any kind of real volume behind them. And also I like to look at that ATR, who is given that range, man. None of these are given the range yet, unless they need to calculate on the open. We'll see the recalculations here in a little bit. 45 seconds left. Okay. What's up, Lori? Donnell says watching ATHE and SSNT for pullbacks. Yep. Let's see. ATHE. Yeah. ATHE is already like right here at 425. Man, it's so many watching these four. Oh man, let's see what happens. Let's jump back over to let's see who can stay green. That's the name of the game right now. With these being up like this, who can stay green? ATHE showing some reddish. This one, EYPT, probably gonna show right around this bottom. Continue to push down. Wow, will it break down 20, man? That's crazy. Going down to $20 on EYPT. Okay. Let's keep our eyes peeled for the real. $20 breakdown. Wow. I was not expecting that. Wow, wow, wow. Not the best. And then immediately breaking through 1950. Yeah, that's gonna take some time to recover there. That's all right. ATHE coming back up, looking like it wants to do an engulfing candle. The top side of this one is 484. Let's also keep our eyes on SSNT coming down right now. H8 threw a wick up there, facing a little bit of selling pressure. Man, EYPT all the way down. And I said, look, if this thing comes below 650, that thing's dead. And it's looking like it's already on a Monday fade routine. Running that fade, son. And it didn't have horrible news. It's just a therapeutics company that focuses on eye diseases. That's let me see. Let me look back at this. I think it was for macular degeneration, I believe, was the news for this one. Where'd it go? Says trial. Yeah, macular degeneration of the eyes is what they were focused on. That's crazy, man. Now, if it starts to sit around this 16, I'm gonna be kind of interested. It popped right back up to 20s. But as far as right now, it's not really holding over this 24 level over here on the 24 level is pretty much where it needs to go. ATR is looking massive. We got $1.65 on the ATR now. That ATR I do like. This ATR HA I do like. This ATR on this one, 47 cents just ain't enough for me. I'm too greedy. We see a big buying pressure coming in here on EYPT. Back up to 21. We'll see how this candle closes. This is a big buying pressure off of this 1851 though. Coming back up. Well, this candle needs to close and prove that it can hold above $20 because $20 is a major level, just like $10. You know, it's always those 10s that seem to get a lot of attention. But since this candle hasn't closed yet, I don't know if it can actually hold up here. A lot of buying pressure coming in there, a lot of hopes and dreams. Getting some more. 2246, but yeah, just giving it time. On these other charts here though, like the weekly chart and the daily chart, this thing looks like it wants to go back green. And it literally just needs to break over 2197 to be green. Very small, and that's a lot of buying pressure there. So I'll be, man, that's a hard push down for the shorts if they were going to short that. But again, I kind of let these first couple minutes to play out so I don't get stuck in something crazy. Continue to try that 22 area. Very big buy up. I mean, I'm surprised we haven't seen green yet. It is taking its time though. That's it should have went. It's got that lower float. I would expect at the beginning like this, it should have went. It's got almost 6 million shares traded on it. Let's jump. Oh, I just saw a little bit of green there. Is that enough to scare the short side of there though? I saw just a little peep of green and now right back down. All right, let's jump over to ATHE. ATHE threw a little wick out here. Intraday high of 536 there. SSNT still coming down towards this level of right around the 6s. So interesting. We jump over here on my top percent gainers. I got alt. I don't know why alt is up there, but yeah, these four are up here. And then on my small cap range, I see EYPT. The only reason that it is here is because this ATR is gonna, this scanner is gonna pick that up. This relative volume. If we go back to my document that I was showing you guys with the grading system here, that ATR, obvious catalyst. It's got some catalysts. The support though, it wasn't just super obvious. The trend, obvious trend, is it a obvious downtrend, obvious uptrend, or is it an obvious range? And then for the RVOL, I need 2x. So it's definitely got 2x RVOL on EYPT. It's got 11 RVOL. So it's way above what I need. And then for the relative standard deviation, I need 2 deviations. It's got 7 deviations. So when it comes to meeting up the criteria, it's meeting up with some of them, but not quite there yet. All right, so let's jump back over to EYPT. Coming right back down. Somebody, think about the people that saw that candle and they're like, man, that's a lot of buying pressure. Let me get in. They didn't give it the time to prove itself. Prove that there are actual buyers there. And now it's back under 20. Back right at 20. Okay, HA now coming onto my small cap scanner. HA got the ATR, just hit $1 ATR. RVOL up 2, relative standard deviation up 2. Easy. So those are kind of like what I look for with these scanners. And these are pretty much the only ones I trade. Anything over here, I just kind of keep an eye on the market over here and kind of have my watch list and what's the top gainers. But looking for those small caps that can give me a dollar range, man. Give me some range. Okay. HA, AT, HE. Continue to get pushed down here. EYPT may be the one that can help me out today, but I'm gonna wait for confirmation for this thing to start holding at $20 level. $20 is pretty like standard, but I want to see how this candle closes, and if this candle continues to break down under the 1850, I'm gonna have to be like, okay, I really don't know what you actually want to do. It is Monday morning. It is the beginning of the month too. I mean, you know, first trade day on an eye therapeutic company, eye pharmaceutical company. And they do have previous resistance up there, so that's something else. And also on their charts, I've noticed in a lot of pull down candles where they got up here on the monthly, got up here all the way to the 21, came back to the 15. So this thing definitely has some range. Got up here to the 39, dropped back down to the 23. So I do not want to get in on a raging bull to the downside. Or I say a raging bull, a raging bear to the downside. What's up, Drifter? We're out here watching, being patient. HA, kind of like a chop factory. I'm seeing more and more wicks come like this, but the wicks are ending closer to the upper parts of these candles on the 15-minute. But if we zoom back and see the bigger picture, we can see that it is actually trading a range here, kind of flat. Looking like from the 13 down to or from the 13 up to the 1375, and just in this tight range. I don't like that. I don't like range plays like that. I want to see you come into support and be strong around support. But EYPT is my favorite on the day. If I was looking to do something, EYPT would be the thing, you know. ATR continues to grow on EYPT. ATR up to $1.66 now. $20 stop. So since EYPT is my favorite, let's say that I want to find a level. Let's say I use this 647 level here on my document. So I come over here and pull up my document. I say, okay, the price that I want to enter is $16.50. The risk that I want to put on is $300. And it's going to give me my max share size that I can take at this price with my account value, which is 423 shares. It gives me my minimum size. So to reach this risk of 300, it would need to I would need to take 18 shares, and it would need to go down to 0 on 18 shares, and that will reach that 300 mark. And then I can also revise this. Let's say if I don't want to take 423 shares, I can revise this and be like, okay, I only want to take 100 shares, you know, and it'll revise. It says, okay, what do I want to use to enter the trade? Because most of the time I do multiple entries. And so I could do small sizes of like 21, 25 shares. If I'm trying to get to this max share size, if I'm trying to get to this minimum share size or this custom share size, I can take even smaller positions. Just take a couple, and get up to 100 shares and be sitting there. So, you know, it gives me the max size entry stop loss for the risk. So where if I took this on 21 shares, max size, where would my stop need to be? And right now the stop is at 1579. If I took the 5 shares and was just holding 5 shares, I can put my stop all the way down to 1350, but 1350 is super low. 1579 sounds a lot better on 21 shares, or not 21 shares, on the max share size allotment. But yeah, it's holding around 20, proving itself around 20. We'll see if it continues to hold there. Okay, let's look at HA, still looking disgusting. ATHE, holding to the downside of that candle. SSNT took a little bounce down here around the 650. If we look at the daily chart over here, daily chart 650 is the low of this today. Is there any obvious support though back here on the charts which would cause buyers to come in? I don't see it. So we'll see if shorts come and take control of that. All right, back under 20 here with EYPT. Back under 19, actually. And over here on these charts, I mean, 1647 was a little bit of a consolidation point here. So 16s, man, I might take that 16 play, bro. Looking at this consolidation above this, if it goes down here, I mean, this is $3. It shouldn't go that far down. $6. So yeah, kind of looking at this level here. This level right here, and if we follow it over, I guess we could do a midpoint. That's $12 though. That's a long way down there. And I'm really not seeing a whole lot of other, well, actually, no. Here's some more back here. Traded in this area. Let me remove both of these and spread this out. Because now that I'm looking back at it, it did have some trading back here. So let's see what it's got. Right up in here. Up in this area. Looking for it to try to hold above this level. Continue to slip under the 20s though. But again, this is the one that I like. May not be a part of your strategy. So, you know, take everything with your statistics and your strategy. Okay, so we're opening up with a higher low here above this 16 level. Let me go over here. What was the price? If I wanted to get to max size, I could do like 20 share positions. Looking for this thing to hold above this 1868, this higher low here. We'll see if it can do it. Popping up back up there above the 20s quite quickly. Plenty of volume, almost 7 million shares traded, moving those dollars off of this bottom. So holding up that 20 supposedly, but still in a nice downtrend here. Haven't really seen, so a breakout or engulfing of this candle would have to get all the way to the 2256, and that is a lot of work. So just kind of waiting. And this will probably be one that I continue to watch. I mean, if it starts to consolidate around this level of support, which I got back here, then I'm gonna be very interested as a support level right here. You can clearly see it came down here, bounced twice, came down here, bounced again, and just yeah, that's 16. Right under the 16s would be dope if it's gonna bounce. But being up 200%, it's definitely got eyes on it, shorts and longs. So either way it goes, it could be a war zone. And then these other ones down here, ATHE, just dead. I don't like it. SSNT, kind of just sitting still as well. Really just nothing for me. Guess I'll come back later on, maybe if they're still on the watch. But looking like EYPT and HA is taking the lead. But this is a range play. It may actually come up here and just play in this range all day. Top side of 14, right under the 1450s. Bottom is right above the 13. So it's playing around there. Okay, EYPT finding some more selling pressure. I want to see this thing tighten up and then get ready for a move up if it's going to do it. And I will definitely be watching this thing tomorrow when the shorts are kind of backed off. Maybe they're not looking so hard, and see if we can get a short squeeze on this one. Back up to like 20 something, because this is a small cap, so it can definitely blow some backs out on this one. So I'm definitely going to keep it on the watch for tomorrow. EYPT. PT. All right, let's see. Donnell says SSNT long 50 shares, halt up now. What? Right after I took it off? Is that what it wants to do? It wants oh, it's halted. That's why it's not moving. I was like, man, I wish they would have a halt alert like on Street Smart Edge. Just put it like halted. That's all we need is a word that says halted. Or is there a way to code that into a TOS? I don't know. Do y'all have some kind of way to code a halt message, like when this trading stops, when the volume stops for like so long, like a minute or something, then it says halted? I don't know. I may look into that and see if I can find some code or build some code or something for that. HA looking like it wants to continue higher, but I think it's just not looking the hottest. Alt up 22%. This one was one that oh my goodness, this chart is disgusting. Look at this drop off. That must have been a reverse split. Trading down here on the monthly, red on the month. Trading within this previous candle does not look like it's going to be any kind of engulfing. Big red on the daily, kind of playing in the mid range. So nah, that ain't looking the greatest. ABSI is another one popping up. I don't know what it is. ABSI. Wait. Am I looking for news? News is what I'm looking for. ABSI announces collaboration with AstraZeneca to advance AI-driven oncology candidate. Okay, so that is a $2.22 up 27% right now. So it's got cancer and it's got AI. Let's look a little bit deeper. Almirall, let's see. To participate in conference, dermatological. Well, it's got a double. I think this one will be one that I put on the watch as well. ABSI could be a swinger. That one looks interesting. Let's look at the daily and all of that stuff. So on the monthly, we can see it's gotten beat up a little bit. Come down here to this low of 155. Really hasn't got a whole lot of love. But now with the AI news, it has a little bit of a gap here above the 175. I like these things to hold over to. This one is very close to 2. I mean, it only needs to drop 23 cents, and then it can do a gap fill hook here back to 174. So 174 for me would probably be like the line in the sand. I do not want to see this thing back under 174 with this news would be the thing. The line in the sand for blue, for okay. So yeah, don't want to see it do that gap fill. It just needs to continue going higher. But very interesting news catalyst with AI and cancer. Okay. EYPT still just playing around, not really doing much. HA Hawaiian holdings continuing up though, breaking over those highs. But can it actually do a breakout? Every time it's come to this level, look in the pre-market, every time it comes to this level, finds resistance. Big resistance on the first strike, which was probably the bots, and then resistance on these other 1, 2, 3. So 4 times up here at this level. I'm thinking the possibility of it breaking is getting greater though, with it continuing to test up here. But if it is a range, I mean, if you're wrong, you just have to kind of have that risk management system in there. But it does seem like it's pressing its way out of that level. We look over here on the weekly and the daily. Look at this weekly. Looking real green coming up to this level of 1425 for a break. And this is previous level that it traded in that it's trying to get out of. Now, last time it did break, did a gap up 14 all the way up to 22 and then came back down and then got going. So I'm wondering, will history repeat itself? Do a break, come back and retest this level of the 1442 and then start hitting higher. Let me read some of these chats. Donnell should have sized up sooner in the trade. Donnell, it opens up higher. Let me see. Did it open up higher? Let me go back over to SSNT. Yep, it did open up higher. Nice. Came back up here to this right under the 9. Looks like it's going to push through 9. I'm not going to lie. That looks like it's going to push through 9. SSNT. Like I said, this is a scalper's day, so keep your hands ready. Because a lot of these, they get up and be quick, you know? Take what you can. Testing the 9. I think it's going to break that 9, bro. For real. That would be a very weird, even if it did fall, that would be very weird for it to come all the way back down into this sell on this candle. Like this selling pressure down here between 775 and 6 something, that would be so weird for it to just pull back. It just doesn't seem natural. But we always see unnatural things, but I'm thinking this thing's gonna break. Let's see. Okay. Yep, there's the break, 957, right on through there. So yeah, it looks like this is a scalper day. Donnell's gonna make all the money in the market today. So hopefully one day I'll be able to join you. But I need them to come down into my graveyard so that I can play. But yeah, just abuse the shorts today, Donnell. Abuse them. Alt, ABSI, at the went on down. Okay, so HA did find resistance up there. Looking like SSNT is going to take the candle for today. I think it is halted again. I guess if I just look at the AT ladder not moving, I know it's halted, I guess. Like, oh yeah, it is halted. I wish they had some. I'm seriously gonna look into this, see if I can put a label on it, so it just pop up on my chart. Halted. I just need a label. Okay, HA selling off here from that level. Didn't even get to touch that level and finding major resistance there. So HA not looking too great. EYPT again could not do a engulfing candle. Looks like it wants to try to test the bottom side here and get through this 1866. Again, like I said, I'm probably going to be watching this one over the next couple of days and see if it can come and sit in support for a while and then get a little bit of trading tomorrow morning for a pop. If it doesn't just rush down, if it rushes down, I might take some. If it just rushes into this zone, because people will be like, $15, let's go. You know, let's get it back up to 20. But looking over here on the 4-hour, very red. Just don't want to get trapped in this. And still finding more and more resistance at that $20 level. All right, SSNT, let's see when that bad boy is opening up. SSNT halted at the 9:55:45, so should be opening up in 2 minutes. Let's see. Mag Capital says looking to enter SSNT 950 break with a 30-cent stop loss and 3-to-1 take profit. Donnell 8-12 open. Even E-Trade on the phone says halted in bright orange. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I just want to see that. Drifter says Donnell the champ does it again. Donnell says LOL left too much money on the table. Too much money left on the table. And then sitting for another pullback. Yep, that's the best way to do it. Because the thing is, when you're scalping something like this, the pullback can be so dramatic, and that's what you want to see. That big drop, and so you can get that quick dip trade and get that 5-10 cents real quick. But we're about to see it open in about a minute. And I do need to be getting to my morning meeting as well. I'm going to continue watching EYPT. That's my favorite. And see if I can make some money on that one. But yeah, SSNT is definitely drawing some attention. Some of that attention. I wish HA play. Do they pay a dividend? I wish they paid a dividend. That'd be dope. All right. Well, we're gonna see this thing open. I'm probably end up closing it down so I can get to this meeting because they're already in the room. So, yeah, let's just watch this real quick. Shut this thing down. 9 o'clock, yo. I think it was on the 55 that it was supposed to be opening. EYPT. Will it have an engulfing short candle? Engulfing short candle just needs to get below 1948. Really slowing down on that volume too. Yep. All right, coming into the 55 SSNT should, yep, there's unhalt higher. Will it continue to push? Will it break 10? Bumbling around, not being able to break down. Buyers come in. Will they come in, see green? Looking at the tape as well, seeing a bunch of 80s. Can we see 90s up here? There's 80s, 85. Break into the 90s, no 90s. 82s, 86, 87s, 90s. It's about to go green. Bam, go. Go ahead. Do your thing, baby. Show us what you got. Bunch of 90s came through there. Where are the 10s, bro? Get the 10s up there. Wow, the things. Come on now. Don't be playing like that. Okay. So 90s back up there. 90s. Trying to break that 10 with all this little might. All right. And will we see a 10 up here? No 10s. Wow. There's some super pressure right there at the 99. Gotta be. 99 again, 10. There it is. I was about to say, there's no way. Come on. Reward these scalpers. Let them make their money. Oh my gosh. Well, right back down. All right. Anyway, man, I got to get out of here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. We also have the Discord and we also have the trade journal that y'all can check out. All of that is in the oh my goodness. All of that is in the description. Y'all be safe. It is Monday morning. Observe, keep your head on a swivel because Monday is not playing. But yeah. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.